we're going to be looking at this Kindle. And I mean, would you look at that? It actually looks pretty cool. Look at all these stickers. Now, I think I've worked on maybe like 1 or 2 Kindles before, but we have like a no power situation here. And I'm pretty sure the last Kindle that I worked on, which must have been probably over a year ago, it was a USB-C port. So it might be something, or it might have even been micro USB back over a year ago. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But it might be something as simple as a port swap, or it could be a plethora of other things. The email, the contact form is as follows. So device, the model specifically is a 2022 Kindle 11th generation. The device appears to be completely dead, was previously just fine and hasn't had any trauma that I'm aware of, but the display is blank and it takes around 380 to 500 milliamps from a power supply. Interesting. The reason I say that's interesting is because the person knows how to measure the current on a device is not working. It has said there is no repair attempt as such, but attempted briefly to get the rear cover off, but gave up. Hence, there are small screwdriver marks in the opera. Okay, fine. So I'll inspect that with this in a second as well. Won't turn on or show any real sign of life. The power LED originally would turn green for a period of time when the power button was held, followed by 5 quick orange LED blinks. Okay, all right. We've got a really, really good diagnostic here of this Kindle. So the first thing we're going to do right now is bring up our ammeter and go to our overhead camera. So let's plug this in and see what draw we get and see if we can verify. Should I check the USB port first? Maybe, actually. Let's check the USB port first. Here we go. Ready? I mean, that looks okay to me. On like first looks basis, that is actually a pretty clean port, which I'm surprised about because usually they're the culprits, hey, when it comes to Kindle. So I was kind of expecting that. It's not even wobbly. Okay, interesting. Let's plug it in and see what we get. Let's go. Wait, let me turn this around. Is that going to give us something? Let me move this around. Oh, wait. Okay, so wiggling it doesn't do anything. So we get 71 milliamps here. Not on the screen. I wonder, do these screens go bad? I mean, it does look like something's happened with the screen. Can you kind of see what I'm talking about? It almost looks like it's got a diffuser sort of situation going on with it. It has peaked. If we look up at the top right here where my mouse is wiggling, you can see that it peaked at 91 milliamps. So what I'm going to do is just give it a couple of seconds to see if anything changes, and if not, we'll open up. So I think it's probably best to take this apart and see what the situation is and see if anything, maybe something's getting hot. It could just be the battery itself is playing up. Right, where are the little screws that he was talking about? Can't really necessarily see any screw marks on here. He's done a relatively okay job, you know. How? Oh, I see. Oh, it's here. Oh, okay. There's a screw mark. Yeah, I see them. I see them over here. How are you meant to get this off, man? Oh, no, it's not like a prying jobby, is it? Now, I have confirmation from the person, and they said, if you break it, it's all good. However, obviously, I want to repair it. So I'm not going to go full, like, gung-ho straight into it. What version is it? It's a 2022 Kindle. I'm just going to, because there's already pry marks up here, right? I'm just going to see if I can put my, oh, okay. I mean, that is doing a job. So is there screws here around the bezel? Because I feel like what I'm doing is I'm getting around the bezel right now. Does it go back further? I should probably look at something because I don't want to pry this too much, but I can get around the bezel. Let me have a look. Right. So what am I going to do to see how to take this apart? I'm going to go straight to YouTube and I'm going to say Amazon Kindle 2022 11th gen. Teardown. Okay, here we go. I fix it. Repairability 3 out of 10. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing repairability 3 out of 10. Where's the actual teardown? Is there no teardown? Amazon Kindle restoration, strongest glue I've ever seen. Hugh is saying that this is the strongest glue he's ever seen. Lord, the glove, we ain't going to be able to repair this, are we? Oh dear, hold on. Oh, his is destroyed, by the way. It is okay, so it is a bezel. So we do remove the bezel. Oh, we removed the bezel. That's glued in as well.
This is no ordinary glue. It's designed to set rock hard, meaning it's unforgiving and not designed to ever be removed.
Oh no. Okay, so what I'm hoping for and praying for right now is that we don't have a display issue. Give me a capacitor on the motherboard that has gone bing bang boo, one of these little bad boys here in the middle, and we are all good. Okay, so supposedly getting the bezel off is actually relatively easy. Big shout out to Hugh Jeffries, by the way, who's almost on 1 million YouTube subscribers. That is absolutely insane. Thank you, Hugh. As always, you've done me a huge service. Thank you. Should we use my thing that smells like burnt rubber? Because, I mean, look at the amalgamation of dust. You can tell how long it's been set up there for. Okay, we found the use case. Wicked. Let's whack out the bad boy. So, is this set? We got the little lamp as well to get rid of any dusties. Set 100. That'll do. Is 100 a bit too much for a Kindle? Should we put that down a little bit? Oh, it's on. Okay, so it's on 120 supposedly. We definitely don't need 120. Should we put it down to like 90 for the Kindle? Fact or fiction? set. Oh, it's got different little increments. I would just do 80, right? Yeah. Guys, what are we saying? Is this, is 80 degrees good? Is that, I think 80 degrees will be fine, right? A lot of people are saying battery. This is really hot, by the way. Shock. This is really hot, and it smells like menthol. Should it smell like that? And how long should I give it on here? Oh, is it because it might be my desk that's that smell? It might be my desk. I don't think I should have this on the desk like this. Let's see. I think we're going to be all right. Who knows? How easy does this bezel come off? Now that we've glued it. Now he was doing it. Good old Hugh was doing it quite like quite tough, right? Ow. So I now need to re-glue this as well. It's like butter. Okay, it's got a bit slower there. Right there. It's disgusting. We have removed the bezel. Okay, we've got some more just disgusting, horrible glue. Now, God only knows where everything is. Let me turn this off, hey? And I have to... there's going to be a point where I have to take all this glue off, no? If I want to put more glue on, I'm going to have to take all of this glue off. Is that how this works? I've got no idea. My first time properly, I guess, going inside this. I've never been inside one of these Kindles. The other Kindle that I went in was not as complex as this. Maybe Amazon took a leaf out of Apple's book. Yeah, double-sided screen tape. It's awful. I mean, apparently, I don't think this is even like the hard bit, you know? Okay, so I've got one. I don't even know where all the screws are. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if there's meant to be one down here. Again, it's just glue heaven. Yeah, there is one down here. 4, 5. So I'm going to go for a star level 3, I think. Oh, we smashed it. We've done very well. Good job, Joey. Are they all the same size? That's the next question I have. All these screws are the same size. That makes me very happy, at least. And then does it just kind of fall out from the top? Can you see now that we've got all of this out? Yes! We're free. Ooh, what do I see? Can you see what I see? Corrosion. I think a little bit corrosion. I could be wrong, though. Oh, my goodness. We have a sign of something happening. We have a sign. Let's go under the microscope. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, wow. This is not looking good. This is the port, right? So here we have the port. Can you see we've got like this corrosion here? And it's interesting because I couldn't see this on the outside. But look, we've got corrosion under here. We've got corrosion on this little, what looks to be, diode here, which then goes onto a resistor and a cap. Oh, yeah, this is liquido damage, guys. Not necessarily there. And then we've got this. And then we got this. Lauder glove. Is that the crystal? I'm pretty sure that's what they call that. They call that the crystal. And here we have a bunch of dodos, is what I'm going to say. Yeah, it's gone 10 foot deep in the ocean. Now, this all looks good. I'm going to call this M92. It's not, but it's some sort of power chip, I'm going to guess, right? And I tell you what, even like these ribbon cables and stuff all look okay. I'm gonna call it fixable. I'm gonna call it. Am I going to be gullible for that? I don't know. I think we give this a decent clean and just see what happens. You know. I mean, I'm excited to see if we have any shorted components here. So, the reason why water damage is bad, guys, for your board and everything else, is because it gets passed around the board, and when it does get passed around the board, this is most probably going to be corrosive and conductive. So if I measure here, I probably have a path between here and say like this cap here where I wouldn't usually have that. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm going to clean all of this up and see what the situation is. Now, I'm just wondering if I can take this board out. First of all, I just need to give it a clean myself to see if I can eradicate any shorts or anything like that. But we do have liquid damage on this. So I'm just going to take this battery out. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So the battery has now been disconnected. We've got a couple of other ribbon cables, so I'm just going to take these out right now as well. Now I have to be super careful. I've not again taken one of these. Oh, we do have liquid damage here. That whole trace, that's not connected. So why this is an issue is because these traces are now disconnected, and these two, maybe I get one of them, but or maybe even not, you know, because that looks like it's burnt through the trace. So we have a missing trace on here, and this connector looks like it's had a little bit of a small explosion or something going on inside of it. Let me check the other ribbon cables, because that one didn't look bad from the from how it was, because it was like this, and this was tucked in, so it didn't look bad at all. Oh, this kind of sucks. And then if we do this, the person said as well they weren't privy to like any bad damage with it, but I think we can definitely 100% confirm this was some sort of liquid damage. I can't go into specifics about, you know, if it's toilet or anything like that. That one looks fine. That one looks fine. So I'll leave that out. I think safe to say this is most probably actually going to be for parts. I mean, if there's a chance I can get it working, happy days. But wait a minute. Are these screws shorter than those ones? Or are they same size? Same size all round. Nice. We just have the two different sizes. The case and the motherboard. That's it. So can I take this board out? Screws are done. We'll just like drag you up. Like, how does this board come out? Wait, what? Oh, the board is glued down? The board is glued down. Are you joking? Get us glue. Can you see? Oh, you can't. Right, shall I try it again? Guys, look. It's glue. Can you see there? Look. Can you see the glue? Man, this device, realistically, how much is an Amazon Kindle 2022? How much is an Amazon Kindle 2022? I'm seeing £40. Yeah, I mean, look, it's really tough because this is not a repairable device in the slightest. I'm sure we can all agree it's just not a repairable device in any way, shape or form because of the glue and everything. But you then have to also appreciate the manufacturing cost that probably went into this is ridiculously cheap. So therefore, that's probably why they've gone ahead and used glue, but they've also put screws into the board. Like, what's more expensive at that point, the glue or the screws? What? You've already put screws in. Why do you have to glue it down? What is the logic behind gluing this down? Because if you've got screws in, that board's not going anywhere. I don't think thermal reasons is a thing here. I don't think you could argue that, oh, they've put glue because of thermal to help. No. The screen on this especially, what is this generating? This ain't getting hot, is it? Now, the issue that I have is I need to get the board out because this is water damage and I need to see what the other side of the board looks like. And you might be thinking, oh, but Joey, it's glued down. It doesn't matter. The water damage can travel anywhere on the board. There's sticky pads underneath. I think I'll go for another bit of heat. Should I go for another bit of heat? Heat this thing up a little bit more just to be able to get that board out. I want to see if we can get the board out. Does that make life a little bit easier? Yep. I can hear all the cracking. This is horrible. And God knows what I'm breaking underneath here because I'm having to use an ISS mode to get this off. This is just not a thing to be doing. It is. But I'm bending the board. Look, the board is bent. The board is bent. The thing is as well, what you have to think is that when I'm taking this board out, think about what that's doing to the solder balls underneath some of the chips. Think about what that's doing to some of the solder balls under the chip. If I'm having to bend this board out, Okay, good, we got it. But I have to be careful because we've got this ribbon cable down here. That's why I'm not pulling this up. So if I now just quickly flop this over. There are components on the back. I don't believe it. I don't think I've ever had a motherboard that I've had to unglue from a chassis. Have you ever had a motherboard that you've needed to unglue? I know you get blob chips and stuff, and sometimes you might have glue on the motherboard for certain chips, and I can't take it out because of the ribbon cable that's attached. So this must be glued to the board, right? Glue on glue. Jeez. Look at that, man. The board is free. If I turn this around, we have components on this side. A bunch of little tiny caps. How do they survive the glue? Are they just not glued? But look at all these tiny little components, man. These must be 0102s. And then look, can you see this? Look, here we have all of our liquid damage that we couldn't see from the other side. Can you see that? I'll give it a clean quick IPA bath. I know where the heavy corrosion was now anyway. So we should be able to see. I'll clean inside the port as well, because that's obviously going to have corrosion in there. Oh, interesting. You can see the lines of where the heat comes through. I'm going to use the terminology cleaned enough. Right, let me turn on the multimeter and see if I've got any shorts around that area that there was a bunch of corrosion. Multimeter, I'm going to go ahead and just assume over here is ground. And can I confirm that? Yes, I can. So this side is ground, that side is ground. Right, how are we looking here? Good. Good. No shorts in our corroded areas. I'm just going to check a few more different places. And remember, if I get a beep here, a beep isn't necessarily a short to ground. It could just be low resistance. So we'll double check all of that. That all looks okay cap-wise. I'll check near where we have the power. Something's happened on my PC. I mean, it just kind of looks a bit gunky. That'll most probably be from my toothbrush more than anything. But this chip seems to be all right. When I say all right, it's just we don't have any shorts. And we don't necessarily have any fat caps on the back. I might check this one real quick. No, all good. Right, okay. Let's plug it in and just see what happens. See if I get any draw or anything. I mean, that's different. That might be healthy. Maybe it's trying to boot. It needs battery. And it's a consistent pattern. I'm going to plug the battery in quick, because we don't have a consistent charge there. It looks like something's going on with the circuit. It doesn't like. It's on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. So if I grab... Oh, the battery's flat. The battery is flat. It's charging though. Oh, wait, is it? I haven't seen it push up to 7 yet. Do I need to give this battery a little bit of shabazz? It's a 3.8 volt battery and we're at 0.6. It's taken up the full 200. So I'm gonna let it sit. 200 was a good shout, I think. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit and let it take what it needs. So I'm literally just gonna give it 200 and just see what happens. But it's I'm giving it 3.8 volts and it's juicing it all up. Yeah, 4.2 is probably around about what it needs. It says on here as well, it's 4 watts, this battery. Right, I'm just going to see if we now get something a little bit different if I plug it in. Ready? Anything different? Let's find out. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, fine. Low battery. Yeah, we know that. I can't believe the screen works. I'm really shocked. Let me see if the battery is charging because I'm seeing 20 milliamps there. That 20 milliamps would actually tell me that the battery's not charging unless it's like really trickle charging. The device is on. So this ribbon cable must work. There we go. 3.2 volts. It just needs a little bit of a bump. Is it charging? It's not, is it? 2.274. It's almost like it's staying on. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like it's just staying on. It doesn't look like it's charging. Now that could be anything. That could be, it could be a battery circuit from the Kindle itself. It could be that the battery needs a little bit more juice, but it was so low at 0.6 or 0.4, whatever it was, that I would go ahead and expect that now it's jumped up to 3.2 volts. It would take a charge. It just doesn't seem to be doing anything right now, which is kind of sad. Charge the battery a little bit more with my power supply, bump it up to 4 volts, 400 milliamps, and see if we can get it up a little bit. Should we try that? Just see if we can get it a little bit more juice. I mean, it stays on. So the battery is holding something. It's taking the full whack. It's taking the full whack. And that number is going down. The OEM charger is 5.2 volts. Gotcha. Thank you. 3.53. Okay, cool. We've got an issue with the charging circuit, I think. I don't think necessarily we have an issue with the battery. I think the battery's going to be okay. I don't see why the battery wouldn't be okay. I mean, the battery hasn't got any corrosion near or around it. I think the battery's fine. I think it's more so the board. Yeah, it peaks over 100 milliamps, then drops. Yeah, I get like a green LED light, but again, I think it needs more juice, you know? It needs more juice. And hold down the power button is what you're saying? Because it flashes. Ready? Boom, boom. Hold the power button for 40 to 60 seconds. Right, that was 1 minute. Do I charge it, guys? Do I charge it more? Do I get it to 3.8 volts? 3.7. Is it going to be enough to turn it on? Let's find out if I just plug that in. Turn it round. Oh, okay, fine. It's still saying the battery thing right there. That LED's not even coming on now. Board is not picking up the battery. Well, maybe it's only 3.7 volts, so maybe it does need 3.8 to turn on. So, shock, it's actually the next day, and I'm now recording after charging the battery to its full capacity of 3.8 volts. In which case, I've just plugged it in, and as we know, this just kind of comes on. But I'm going to plug this in now to see exactly what we get. If we get 20 milliamps, I think with this one, I'm going to call it there. Now, I could put this in the ultrasonic cleaner to give it more of a clean, but realistically, you know, there's no data on this device. The person who sent it in just said it's more so for a learning curve more than anything. He wasn't really sentimental about it at all. And as we know, it suffered a lot of liquid damage. So whatever I fix, even if I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner now, you saw the level of corrosion on this. We could have corroded bits all over the board. Nonetheless, you know what? I'm not going to put my hopes down. Hopefully, we get something else than just the 20 milliamps. Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Plugging it in. Takes a while. There we go. Okay. This looks all right. I'm pretty sure it's what it done in the stream though. Low battery. 20 milliamps. How is it still low battery? Don't understand. I'm reading 3.8 volts when I measure with the multimeter. My only guess is that potentially we have something wrong with the charging circuit itself. Now, where is the charging circuit? It could be any one of these little locations here. And again, whilst I could just hit it with a little bit of flux and give it a bit of a reflow, I don't know if that's going to necessarily help with the longevity of this device. The person who sent this in clearly didn't know about the water damage because, again, they said in the email that they weren't aware of anything that would potentially break this. The fact that the screen itself is good, I'm shocked about enough, but I do think there is a bit too much water damage to try to go ahead and fix this. And as I said in the stream earlier, they're relatively cheap to pick up a brand new one. Well, I learned how to take one apart. That was interesting. And it's the first time on a Joey Does Tech video that I've had to take a motherboard off that has had glue, keeping it attached to the chassis, which is a weird one. Interesting. Something a little bit different today. If you did enjoy it, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and as always, I shall see you in the next one. Thank you and goodbye.